All right, go ahead, people. Dr. Nicole McCarty here. Y'all, I'm back. Thank you. Hey, y'all. So I just wanted to stop by and say, hey, Dr. Nicole McCarty here, and welcome to my Power of Pause mini-series. Episode 1, we're going to talk about why you're so tired and the science of rest versus sleep. The two are not the same. Let's get into something that almost everyone can relate to. Being tired. Not just sleepy, I mean like mentally, emotionally, and physically tired. You got a full 8 hours of sleep, yet you are still waking up feeling drained. You check your caffeine intake, your diet, and maybe even your hormones, but you still feel off. So what gives? Well, I'm Dr. Nicole McCarty again, and in this episode of The Power of Pause, we're unpacking one of the biggest myths in wellness and productivity. The idea that sleep alone is enough to restore you. And here's the spoiler, guys. It's not. It's important. It's vital. But it alone, not enough. All right. So let's tackle the first myth. Sleep does not equal rest. Okay. Here's the truth. Sleep and rest are not the same thing. Sleep is biological. It restores your body. Rest is multidimensional. It restores your whole being. So let's break that down, okay? There are at least 7 types of rest, but for this episode, we'll focus on the 4 most crucial for productivity and mental wellness. So 1, of course, the physical rest, right? Your body needs stillness and recovery. I'm gonna say that one more time for the people in the back. Your body needs stillness and recovery. Okay, number 2 is mental rest. And this is a pause from decision fatigue and overthinking. 3 is sensory rest, giving your eyes, your ears, and your nervous system a break from overstimulation. Come on, somebody, parents everywhere. And then number 4, creative rest, space for inspiration and problem solving to be refreshed and breathe again. When we don't balance all 4, we become sleep rich, but rest poor. And being rest poor is what makes high performers crash, even when they think they're doing everything right. The second part of this is why your brain craves rest. All right, so you have to understand, your brain has 2 main modes. You've got your focus mode. That's when you're analyzing, you're producing, you're solving, right? And then you've got your default mode. And that's when your brain wanders, resets, organizes thoughts. Here's the fascinating part though. Your brain's default mode is where creativity and clarity live. It's where they thrive. It's where they go in. But most of us live in constant focused mode. You see, chasing productivity, multitasking, and mental checklist, leaving no space for the default network to restore balance. So when your brain can't toggle between those 2, you experience shorter attention span, increased anxiety, poor memory recall, and eventually burnout. And that's why sometimes your best ideas come like in the shower or on a walk, when your brain finally has some space to rest and reset. Okay. Part 3 of this is that there is a health impact of being rest deprived. Okay, so chronic rest deprivation raises cortisol, disrupts hormone balance, and affects blood sugar regulation. Physically, that can show up as afternoon fatigue, irritability, or emotional volatility even, brain fog, unexplained tension or headaches, weight gain. Mentally, you start to feel disconnected. You're disconnected from work. You're disconnected from creativity and even from yourself. that impact is huge. And so your body is whispering, I'm not tired, I'm unrested. And then let's talk about the elephant in the room, that rest is the equivalent of laziness, because it's not. Rest is absolutely not laziness. It is maintenance. So you see, rest has gotten like a bad rap, bad reputation. We've been conditioned to believe that rest equals laziness, especially in those high performance cultures where being busy is a badge of honor, right? But think of your body like a high performance vehicle. You don't run it nonstop without oil changes, tire rotations, and downtime. Rest is that maintenance, guys. It's that maintenance that your mind and your body systems need. They're necessary. And here's where the neuroscience supports it. Even brief pauses during your workday, think like 60 to 120 seconds of mindful breathing or silence, can help restore your prefrontal cortex function. And that's the part responsible for your decision making, your empathy, and your focus. So have you ever had those moments where you're just like, I need a minute? Mm-hmm. And if you listen and you take that minute, you realize that you can move on and you can make better decisions. So instead of going off on that coworker, on that boss, you can use your polite words and your corporate language to communicate your frustration. Mm-hmm. And so that's where the micro rest and micro nap concepts come in. And we'll dig deeper into like what those are in episode number 2. Okay. But right now we'll kind of bring it all home. So the Wired for a WellYOU connection is this. In my Wired for a WellYOU framework, we talk about living whole instead of fragmented. And this is the first step, learning to listen to your body's quiet request for restoration. When you live wired but tired, you're constantly operating from a depleted signal. When you live wired for a WellYOU, you pause, reset, and realign your energy with absolute intention. So here's the first reflection exercise I'd like for you to try. First thing I want you to do is track your energy dips for 3 days. Just like in the Notes app on your phone, on your scratchy paper, on your calendar, on your planner, track it. Okay, you can't do anything without data. You need data. And so the second thing I want you to do, I want you to note when you feel mentally drained, when you feel emotionally reactive or physically heavy. And then the third thing, I want you to ask yourself, what kind of rest am I really missing? And that question alone can kind of change the trajectory of your wellness and your productivity. So in the next episode, we'll explore the science of micronaps. Yay! And how even like 10 minutes can reset your brain, reduce your stress, and supercharge your productivity. But for now, I want you to give yourself permission to pause. Because rest isn't a reward. It's a requirement. And if you found this video helpful, informational, life-changing, hit that like button, subscribe, share this with someone who's running on empty. I know you know more than a few people. And together, let's rewire the way we think about rest, success, and wellness. I'm Dr. Nicole McCarty, and this is how you get wired for a WellYOU. Love and blessings, and I'll see you next episode. Toodles.